Hello everyone, the Great Dino Ranger here again, back with another Jurassic World Dominion review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Jurassic World Dominion Ferocious pack Dsungaripterus, which is a new pterosaur from the Mattel line, a new pterosaur species. And I'm really excited to have this guy. And brief look at the packaging right here, typical for what we saw with the Moros. And on the back, it shows the exact same thing except Moros is on it, I believe, unless Moros was also on the other one. He might have been, but I don't know. But this is it in the packaging. Now let's take a look at it outside the package. Alrighty, everyone. Here is the Dsungaripterus out of the box. First impressions, it's a really nice figure. I really like having a new pterosaur species to add to the Jurassic Park collection, and it is a species that I do not even own at all, so it's really nice to have that as well. This is a species of pterosaur that lived in China during the Cretaceous period and ate primarily shellfish, with the teeth it has. But anyways, looking at the detail on it, it's really nice detail with the face here. Really nice looking silhouette. And you can see the pycnofiber filaments there underneath the jaw. And then here's some on the back of the neck. From the back of the head. And then the underside of the body here is completely covered in pycnofibers. And even some on the legs as well. Which the legs are also in a pretty cool sculpt as well. Then you can also see that under where the neck is, the pycnofibers end, then it's like a little bit of skin, and then it continues back on the body. The wings look nice too. You can see the entire back here is covered in pycnofibers. And you can see the feet too in the cool little landing position. And I like the wings too. Look at all of these cool looking pycnofiber filaments on the wings. This is such a cool detail. I don't think they would have had this in real life. I think it would have affected how they would fly. But it's a really nice touch. It makes it unique and kind of weird and interesting at the same time. But I like it. I don't care if it's accurate or not. And see, here are the legs. They're nice looking pose, like landing position. And here's the scan code, which I forgot to do with the Moros, but I'll have to do that when I get to another video at the point of this recording. And articulation wise, the jaw can open pretty wide. It is pretty stiff, and you can see all the nice sculpted teeth used for crushing shells and other kinds of shellfish. Pretty nice. And I love the curve in the beak. Makes me wonder if Mattel would ever make a pterodactyl, which is one of my personal favorite pterosaurs. Nice looking beak there. And then the neck articulation can go up and it can go down. Again, very stiff, so I'm trying to be very careful. And it can also twist from side to side, so it can rotate, kind of like all the other dinosaurs with that cool looking neck articulation. But again, very stiff, so if yours is stiff, please be very, very careful with it. And then the arms, or I guess the shoulder joints, can also move up, so the wings can go up about that far. And they're kind of placed in a weird way, so you can't like go like straight up and down. It's kind of weird. And I know they can go down, but there's like a certain way you can do it. And I like the position of the wings, like the tip is like sticking up, so it's like in like a weird gliding, flying position. But it's a nice touch. I like it. It's not like your typical flat wings just against the sky. And the legs can articulate at once, and they have like a cool looking, like I said before, like landing posture, which is pretty cool. And that's basically it for a majority of the articulation. And the colors are nice too. I really like the colors. Very natural. And here it is, for size comparison wise, next to Dr. Alan Grant. Pretty accurate in size. Dsungaripterus was not a large pterosaur, so I think this makes sense to me. And then next, we're going to show it compared to Dimorphodon, which again also has those pycnofiber filaments on the edge of the wings right there where it connects to the body. It's a very cool look to it, which is something you never really see a lot in pterosaurs. So I like to give points to Mattel for that. That's pretty cool. And then next, we are going to compare it with Rhamphorhynchus, which is an aquatic-like pterosaur. And they scale very nicely together. Very similar in terms of colors, which I think the Dsungaripterus' colors kind of pop with adding that blue colors in the face. And here it is with the Tapejara, which I find it kind of very similar to the Dsungaripterus. Even though they're not related to the same species, I think it's just the cool uniqueness in terms of like the way the head looks. They have completely different silhouettes, and they're much different than your typical pterosaurs like Pteranodon. But yeah, they look really nice together. Up next is the most famous pterosaur that I just mentioned a little bit ago, is the Pteranodon. Classic Jurassic Park pterosaur right here. And this one is pretty large. I feel like this one is kind of based off of a male Pteranodon because of its size. I knew Mattel made a smaller version, which that one could be a female. But other than that, these look pretty nice together. Yeah, I like them. I like this Pteranodon. Scales pretty well with the Dsungaripterus. And then last but not least, we have the biggest pterosaur that Mattel has made, species-wise, is the Quetzalcoatlus. This is the Dino Rivals version from 2019. Very massive figure. I can't even get it into the whole frame here. But here it is next to the tiny, somewhat tiny Dsungaripterus. Yeah, scale pretty nicely together. I think Quetzalcoatlus is probably a little bit bigger. And I cannot wait to get the Dominion Quetzalcoatlus figure this year. So that's going to be one I'm really excited to get my hands on. And yeah, that'd be it for this Dsungaripterus video. Last minute thoughts. It's a very nice figure, wonderful sculpt. I love the pycnofiber on the wings, and I love the colors.